Hey everyone, Chris here, the RC Geek coming to you from the shop, and today we're taking a look at the E-flite Habu SS. This is the same aerodynamic design as the Habu STS, but in this case you can run 6S power. And so what that means is considerably more performance. The airplane can go pretty much straight up from takeoff, so it makes it really fun. You can run a 3200 in here, you can run a 4000. The 4000 is a little bit tight, but it does work really well, and you can get really long flight times with it. Now, with respect to the assembly, the airplane is broken down into the major components, which makes assembly quick and easy. You start out with the wing, which simply bolts into place. You've got the hard-mounted connectors in there, and so that makes it really simple. And then from there, you clip the main gear into place, and then you install the nose gear assembly, and that's a plastic plate with the nose gear and the steering servo on it. It just gets screwed to the front of the airplane. From there, you put the empennage in place. You start with the horizontal stab. Once that's in and connected, you drop the vertical stabilizer onto the airframe, screw it all into place, and that's more or less it. It wraps up by installing the plastic tail cone, and that's just held in place with tape. But yeah, you know, really neat looking airplane. It's a really fantastic flyer. The differentiator here on the Habu SS, aside from the power system, is that, you know, the accent colors are yellow on this one versus the red on the STS. It's extremely easy to see. The other thing is that the airplane has the full smart telemetry, so you've got, you know, the smart ESC, the smart receiver, so you've got all of that at your fingertips as well. Now, one thing I did add is one of my mini burners, simulated afterburners. I designed a new tail cone to adapt to this fan, and so that is available at my website. And so with this being an outrunner fan, that system simply cantilevers on the back end and connects into the stators that are in the shroud, and so that's basically it. You just glue it in place and hold it in with some tape additionally, and then you just have to feed the wires forward and tie that into the radio. And I have it set up on a separate channel because with the smart telemetry, it just makes life a whole lot easier. And so with respect to the CG, as I had mentioned, I'm running up to a 6S 4000 battery, and that's placed as far back as I can realistically get it, and close the hatch on the front. And so that CG equates to 85 millimeters as measured from the wing root leading edge aft. And that feels really good to me. You can really drag the airplane in with the elevator. You get the nose up and you can really just float it down to the ground on the landings. It's pretty fun. All right, now with respect to the controls, you know, I always like to give myself options on the rates for elevator and aileron, and so I ultimately settled on low rate aileron and high rate elevator, and that equates to, for the aileron, 10 millimeters up and down and no expo there. For the elevator, 9 millimeters up and down with 12% expo, and for the rudder, 30 millimeters left to right with 25% expo. And so yeah, flying the airplane, it's a great flying jet. The airplane is really maneuverable. It'll knife edge all day long. It's got a huge speed envelope. With the 6S battery, you can go, you know, full out, but it'll slow down with this wing that it's got on here, which makes it extremely fun. It does a really nice inverted snap roll, which is cool. You just take it up in the vertical and push both sticks inward, and it'll really snap around. Now, I do wish that it did have retracts, but I understand the reasons not, and honestly, the airplane doesn't notice if it's got retracts or not. If you're flying from grass, you could ditch the gear altogether and just hand toss the airplane because it's got so much power. It's an easy hand launch. And so yeah, let's take this out to the field. We'll give you guys a flight, and this is with the 6S 4000 in the airplane, and then we'll come back and wrap this up.
try that again. Maybe.
Yeah, he's waiting for you. You need about 20 feet of runway.
All right, so there we have the E-flite Habu SS, a really fun airplane. You know, the Habu is a timeless design, and you know, with this wing design that they've got on here, this makes it an extremely forgiving jet to fly. You get a huge speed envelope. You can land the airplane extremely slow. But the thing to keep in mind is if you're trying to glide the airplane in for landing, you're going to end up way past your mark. What I found is you just hold the nose up and it'll just sit there in a really flat glide with the nose up and just land like a feather. Explore that on your own. It works great. Yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to follow along on social media at the RC Geek. Subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you at the field.
Taking off.
Habu, what you gonna do when these pythons wrap around you?